Happy spring, Pierce. I'm Talya Clay, your Pearson, your local Pearson rep, and I'm here to talk about a few of our brand new items I want you to know about before you make your book decisions at the end of April. So we're going to start with writing, and I'm going to be using, I'll make sure you guys have several of these. This is how to choose the right textbook for your class. And in it there is, I'm going to zoom in. There's a really nice quadrant that separates the academic at the top towards the general, and then content towards the left and skills towards the right. And so from what I understand in your program,
Don't move.
okay, academic and skills, correct?
Yeah.
So I'll be highlighting those texts that I have with me today, and I'll be leaving catalogs because there's obviously a lot more than what you will see in this moment. Okay, so our first stop is writing. Focus on Writing has been out for probably about a year now. It's doing very, 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 very well. Process-based, nice, really nice white space visuals. You can see in this gold box, every time you see a gold box, the students have to produce something. So that's something, kind of a nice visual cue for them. Okay, I actually have to write something, as opposed to just having more passive information. And this has 5 levels, and if you zoom in here, you can see how they're broken down by what types of paragraphs are taught and what types of essays are taught across the 5 levels. Okay, and that. All right, and then this one is brand new. You probably have not seen this yet. Writing Power, which is part of the Power family.
Reading Power.
Very good, Diana. Reading Power, you're most familiar with it. And then they created Listening Power, and now there is Writing Power. So it's that very, academic, skills focus on the writing process. And what's unique about it is that it's not tied to the rhetorical modes. It's tied to genre writing and to the skills. So you have 4 parts. The first part is writing fluency, which includes journal writing, blogging, creative writes. There you're bringing in a different genre. Language use, where you're working with vocabulary building, gerunds and infinitives that Ellen was talking about just earlier. And then academic writing. And this is what's gotten the most oohs and ahs, is in the academic writing section, you have a unit on working with source materials, a unit on plagiarism, quoting, and paraphrasing. And this is what gets the ooh, because the current student population really has a different idea of where they get their resources from and how much they need to acknowledge what's their original words and what they got from somebody else. And then summary writing and thesis statements and all that. And then the last part is social and professional writing, where you have business correspondence, resumes, speech and presentation writing. Yes, question?
That's discussed in the unit on essay support. What's an appropriate support? Like what kind of things will bolster your research?
Let's see. Let me go and see. That's a good question, Ellen. Very good. Let's go to page 175.
Good.
Let's see. Yeah, using appropriate patterns of organization, relevant details, transitional markers. Yeah, so it goes through each of those different parts.
Okay.
Developing and supporting ideas. And as always with the Power series, you have lots of practice, lots of skills practice. So this has been a hot item. The first school to start using was UW. They use it in their academic writing 4, and they're loving it. So this is definitely one to check out, and you'll have the whole set here to see.
Do all 4 levels have the same 4 pieces?
Good question. It varies. It does vary. So that was the highest level. So for example, let's take a look at level 2. Here you have a little bit more time with language use in the first section, and then what's this next section? Is the genre writing, the social and personal, and then the academic writing, you're not getting into the citing or plagiarism, right? At this point, you're working more with the writing process and organization. And then you have a section on vocabulary skills. So really, it develops with the student as their skills develop in writing. Good question, Michelle. All right, we're going to take a little pause.